A girl can live in a house her whole life and still never feel at home. My name is Layla. I'm 17 years old, and for as long as I can remember, my world has been exactly 4 walls wide. People say walls protect you. They say walls keep danger out. They say walls make a family safe. But no one ever asks what happens when the danger is already inside. I wake before the sun most mornings, not because I want to, because my body has learned the rhythm of this house, the quiet tension that lives between breaths, the invisible rules hanging in the air. My eyes open to the same ceiling I have known since childhood, pale, cracked paint spreading in thin lines above me. When I was little, I used to imagine those cracks were rivers on a map. I would trace them with my eyes and pretend they led somewhere far away, somewhere open, somewhere bright. Now, I just stare at them until I feel empty. Layla, get up. My mother's voice reaches me through the door. It is never loud. It never needs to be. Sharp voices can be resisted. Soft ones cannot. Yes, Mother, I answer immediately. There is a pause outside. She always waits, just to make sure I am already moving. I push the blanket aside and place my feet on the cold floor. The room smells faintly of detergent and old wood. Nothing in it belongs to me. Not really. The bed, the wardrobe, the desk, even the curtains, thick, heavy, always closed halfway, were chosen by someone else. On the chair beside my bed, my clothes are folded in a perfect stack. Long sleeves, high collar, dark blue skirt below the knees. No choices, no colors, no voice. I dress quickly. The mirror stands in the corner, tall and narrow. It has watched me grow from child to girl, yet it still feels like a stranger. I look at my reflection only for a second. Brown eyes, pale face, dark hair braided tightly down my back. My mother braids it every morning. She says loose hair invites attention, and attention invites trouble. The girl in the mirror looks quiet, obedient, contained. She does not look like someone who has ever laughed too loudly or run without permission, or spoken a forbidden thought out loud. She looks exactly how this house wants her to look. I turn away. In the kitchen, everything is already arranged. 3 plates, 3 cups, 3 spoons aligned like soldiers. My father sits at the head of the table reading his newspaper. He always reads the same way, straight back, elbows close, pages folded with exact corners. Even the sound of the paper turning is controlled. My mother stands by the stove. Her movements are precise, economical. Nothing wasted, not time, not motion, not words. I take my seat across from them. Good morning, I say softly. My father nods once without looking down. My mother places tea in front of me. No one asks how I slept. No one asks what I feel. Feelings do not belong at this table. We eat in silence. The clock on the wall ticks loudly. Every tick sounds like a reminder. You are here. You are here. You are still here. My father finishes first. He folds his newspaper with mechanical perfection and sets it beside his plate. You will come straight home after school, he says. It is not a question. It has never been the question in all my 17 years. Yes, Father. My voice sounds smaller than I intend, like it shrinks before it reaching him. There is no reason to stay outside, he continues. The world beyond this house is not safe for girls. I have heard these words my entire life. They have built walls inside me stronger than brick. Yes, Father, I repeat. Outside the kitchen window, morning has begun. I can hear children in the street, running, calling, laughing freely. Their voices bounce in sunlight. For a moment, without thinking, my eyes lift toward the sound. I imagine stepping outside and letting laughter touch me, too. Just once. Just to know how it feels. My mother notices. Her spoon stops halfway to her lips. Girls who look outside too much, says quietly, forget where they belong. The sentence is gentle, but it lands like a lock sliding into place. Heat raises to my cheeks. "I'm sorry," I whisper. She lowers her spoon and resumes eating. The matter is finished. Because in this house, belonging means staying, obeying, fitting perfectly into the space given to you. After breakfast, I wash my cup and plate. Always the same order. Cup first, plate second. Dry them, return them exactly where they were. Routine is safety here. Difference is danger. When I return to my room to collect my school bag, the walls feel closer than usual. I pause in the doorway. This room has held every version of me. The child who played silently with cloth dolls, the girl who whispered stories to herself at night, the teenager who learned to swallow questions before they formed. I walk to the window and pull the curtains slightly aside. Outside, the sky is pale gold. The street is alive. Bicycles passing and neighbors greeting each other, a dog barking somewhere far away. Movement, sound, life. For a second, something inside my chest stretches towards it, like a plant turning to light. Then, footsteps approach in the hallway. I release the curtain immediately. By the time my mother passes the open door, I'm already adjusting my bag strap, exactly as a good daughter should. "Go," she says, and "remember." She never finishes the sentence. She doesn't need to. I remember. Always. The walk to school is the only time I exist outside the house alone. Even then, I walk the same route every day. Same pavement cracks, same gray walls, same closed gates. I keep my eyes lowered, not because I must, but because I have forgotten how not to. Other girls walk in groups. They talk quickly, hands moving, faces bright. Sometimes their laughter spills across the street like sunlight. I wonder what it feels like to speak without measuring every word first. At the school gate, the noise multiplies. Voices, footsteps, metal locker slamming, life rushing in all directions. Inside, I become even quieter, because freedom around me only reminds me of its absence inside me. Classes pass like shadows. I write notes, I answer when called, I keep my head down. No one would describe me as unhappy, or frightened, or trapped. They would simply say, "Layla is quiet. Layla is polite. Layla never causes trouble." No one sees the walls. At lunch, I sit alone at the far end of the courtyard bench. I always sit there, a place where I can see others without being seen too much myself. The sky above is wide and endless. Clouds drift freely across it. I follow them with my eyes. I imagine floating like that, unheld, unowned, uncontained. "Do you ever smile?" The voice startles me. I turn. A girl stands beside the bench, tray in her hands. I have seen her before, curly hair escaping her scarf, eyes bright with something I cannot name. "Sorry?" I say. She tilts her head, studying me openly. "I've watched you for weeks. You always look like you're somewhere else." My heart stutters. No one has ever said they watched me. "I'm not," I murmur. She sits beside me without asking. Up close, she feels warm, like sunlight touching skin that has been cold for too long. "I'm Sarah," she says. The name lands gently between us. I hesitate. My name has always belonged to my family first, to me second. "Layla," I say at last. She smiles immediately, wide, unguarded. "Layla," she repeats. "That's a beautiful name." Something inside me shifts. No one outside my house has ever spoken my name like that, as if it belonged fully to me. We sit in a fragile silence. Then she asks casually, "Why do you always leave right after school?" The question slices through me. "I go home," I say. "Of course," she laughs lightly, "but you never stay, not once, not even 5 minutes." Because 5 minutes can become danger, because staying can become disobedience, because outside time is forbidden time. I look down at my hands. I'm not allowed. The words escape before I can stop them. Not allowed, she repeats softly. Heat rushes into my face. I have said too much. Far too much. I mean, my parents prefer I come home, I correct quickly. She watches me in silence, not judging, not mocking, seeing, and being seen feels more frightening than any rule. The bell rings across the courtyard. Students arise, trays clattering, conversations breaking apart. Sarah stands, then pauses. Layla, she says quietly, do you ever want something different? My throat tightens. Want. The word is dangerous. Want is the beginning of rebellion. I shake my head automatically. No. She studies me a moment longer, as if she can see through skin and bone to the place